Andrei Tarkovsky's film Solaris can be seen primarily as a psychological drama of suffering, self-confrontation, and partial recovery, rather than as a conventional science fiction work. Tarkovsky aims to overcome the superficiality he often attributed to the genre, focusing on the emotional and intellectual reactions of the crew of the station above the planet Solaris. In Klaus Holzkamp's conception of perception, people perceive the world through the meanings that objects acquire in relation to their activity and needs. From this perspective, Solaris causes profound disorientation because it cannot be integrated into the ordinary system of meanings of the human world. The planet is interpreted as a noetic species, endowed with the capacity for thought, but evolved in conditions so different that communication with humans may become impossible when the two forms of intelligence do not have a common contact window. The problem of communication is amplified by the rigidity of human society described by Tarkovsky, which refuses diversity, rejects testimonies it cannot explain, and is ready to destroy what it does not understand. This future society indirectly refers to Soviet reality, a suggestion constructed through Berton's investigation, the mechanical atmosphere of the city, and the behavior of the characters. Another major psychological theme is home, present in the film as a space of memory and desire, through which Chris Kelvin tries to escape from a conflicting reality. However, his memories do not reproduce the past in an objective manner, but transform it through dreamlike images such as rain from within, levitation, or spatial discontinuities. The instability of the house thus becomes a reflection of the imbalance between the conscious and the subconscious, and the characters' confrontation with their own selves shatters the illusion of self-knowledge and produces anxiety. Kelvin is initially an ordinary man with a limited spiritual dimension, precisely so that his experience on Solaris can highlight a genuine inner transformation. Contact with the planet forces him to confront his own moral limits, his guilt, and his memories, as if looking at himself in a mirror. The ocean on Solaris exhibits noetic behavior, materializing from people's memory structures and beings that transcend the usual rules of reality. He seems to communicate through a symmetrical logic, close to the mechanisms of the unconscious, dreams and emotions, while scientists instinctively reject this language that they are not prepared to understand. Chris is the only character capable of real evolution following this confrontation. Hari initially appears as a materialized message from the planet, constructed from Chris's memory of the woman he loves, but gradually acquires an identity of her own and an otherness that simultaneously connects her to Kelvin and Solaris. Her evolution is particularly illustrated by the scene in which she contemplates the painting Hunters in the Snow by Peter Bruegel the Elder, and begins to associate the elements of the painting with images of a family gathered around the fire. Through this process, Hari learns to perceive the world not just as a succession of images, but through relationships, analogies, and meanings, in a way close to Wittgenstein's idea of noticing an aspect. The cold, lonely, and threatening atmosphere of Bruegel's painting also anticipates the fate of Hari, who comes to perceive herself as victim and prey, and her existence reveals to Kelvin the mechanical cruelty and lack of empathy of the world from which she comes. The end of the film brings back the image of the parental home, now materialized on an island in the Solaris Ocean, and the symbolic meeting between Chris and his father suggests the acceptance of an otherness that he could not have understood before his experience, while the fever sequence, in which the faces of Hari and his mother tend to overlap, also introduces a possible Oedipal dimension to his inner conflict.